Today I will be shooting my Diana Trailscout. This one's in 177 caliber, utilizing 3 CO2 cartridges. And I will be trying out 2 different types of pellets at 35 yards to show you kind of, what this rifle is capable of. This is actually my first day shooting this rifle. I've had it for about 2 months now, and first chance I actually got to get out to try this thing out. So far so good. I did have some issues in the beginning I will talk about, but let me show you these groups. My target is downrange at 35 yards. I'm going to fire 2 5-shot groups. The first using the H&N Barracuda Green. It's a lead-free pellet, 6.64 grain. And then the second one will be with the Predator GTOs. And these are also a lead-free pellet, 6.79 grain. The Barracudas will be on the left. The Predators will be on the right. Yeah, unfortunately for me, again, another day where it's a little breezy, but I would still say I'm getting respectable groups at 35 yards. That's the H&N Barracuda Green and the Predator GTO, 5-shot groups each. I personally think those 2 groups were okay, especially on a breezy day. It's nearing 60 degrees out of a CO2 pellet rifle. So what I'm going to do is I haven't shot any lead out of this rifle yet, so this will be the first time. I have some Falcons here, 7.33 grain, and I'm going to fire 5 shots from these just to see if it's any different, or I don't know, I might be shocked. All right, I'll show you that group. I think I'll stick to the lead-free pellet. That pellet usually does pretty good for me, especially in a Springer or nitro piston, but not too well out of this CO2 rifle. And again, that's the Falcon's 7.33 grain domed lead pellet. And again, the H&N Barracuda and the Predator GTO. Which is actually, you know, I got 3 pellets here, 4 or 5. Another one here, 3, 4, 5. And 2 there, and the other 3. So. So I've had this Diana Trailscout for probably about 2 months now, and today is my first day shooting it. And I have to say, right off the start, I had issues with the rifle. First one was, you know, I inserted all 3 CO2 cartridges per instructions, and tightened up the cap here, pushed this up, and it leaked. First 3 CO2 cartridges. Opened it up. Fortunately, I didn't waste, even though it was leaking, it only punctured 1 CO2 cartridge. So I said, okay. I put the 2 full CO2 cartridges back into the gun, and the one with the 1 empty one, I put a little pellet gun oil on the seal, tightened it back up, pushed this back up again, and it leaked again. Right off the break. I mean, it didn't start out well. So what I did was, again, opened it back up, and I still had one CO2 cartridge that was not pierced. So the second time it only pierced that one CO2 cartridge. I then removed the seal from this and put on 2 O-rings. Put the 3 CO2 cartridges full back into the gun. Put in 2 dimes. Then threaded this back on. It did not leak, and it punctured all 3 CO2 cartridges. So again, like I said, from the start, never shot the rifle before, put it into instructions, and it leaked. Not once, but twice. And again, I changed the seal. I changed both. I put 2 O-rings on here, 2 thinner diameter, so that they will both fit, and it sealed perfectly. 2 dimes, and it punctured all 3 CO2 cartridges. I was able then to zero the rifle. I initially started out at 45 yards, and the first couple of shots I could actually see the pellet going straight and then starting to drop off. So I knew that 45 yards was too far. So I dropped it down to 35 yards, and that's where I zeroed the rifle for. And you just saw the groups. Again, the Predator GTOs had the better group. H&N Barracudas green were not too bad. Did not care for the Falcons at all. I will do some more pellet testing with this rifle to see what it likes at 35 yards. Maybe I can get some better groups, and hopefully it won't be as windy of a day. But you know, other than that, the trigger, I did not adjust the trigger. I'm going to play with that a little bit, lighten it up a little, or try to lighten it up a little. And the magazine actually works pretty good. And I have a Tasco scope on it, which no complaints. So other than that, you know, the verdict is still out. I will say it's an easy rifle to shoot. Again, my first day shooting, and you saw the groups that I was getting. So it's not a bad rifle. I will say it does have some accuracy to it, and maybe with a different pellet I can get a even smaller group at 35 yards. We'll see. But